Hey, it's Ace. We're back. Day 138. Working on the residential area. Pardon if there's any anomalies today. I just sort of made some changes in the streaming software, and so, this is live without a safety net, so things happen. So what we're working on, we are working on the residential area. We are getting these two longhouses finished. We are going to start turning this area into something that looks less like Hurricane Roanoke came through and more like, a place that somebody would actually want to live. So let's turn stuffs and things on here. And see if we can find the cart. Right in front of me. Right there, you don't need to look at the map. Just open your eyes. Alright, let's take that. Let's grab some stuff here from the lumber yard and put it on the cart. We need 1, 2. If you've been watching my stream, you know what comes next. 3, 4, I declare a come war. There it is. Boom, 5 and 6. Wood posts, 8, 6, and 6 is going to be 12. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There you go. So this will finish off that one piece of the one longhouse and make a significant contribution towards the other one. Let's see which one is which. That's that one, all right. Whoops. That wasn't what I was supposed to do. Alright, we've got rope, we've got thatch, we've got planks, beams, all the usual stuff. We'll make a second trip here in a moment. Probably need to run out to Bravo Mine and bring back some of that iron ore as well. Because why not? Make sure that everything's going smoothly out there. We've got everything set up now with the yard, the warehouse, and whatnot. So it's time to go out and, make sure that everything's happening the way we think it's supposed to. Beams. That might... No, that's not going to be a problem at all. Look at that. We've got lots of beams. Fantastic. 1, 2, 3. Eight beams, 2 posts. Shaft's going to be a problem until I go dump those sticks off. Alright, wood shaft's 12, which will of course be not as many spaces. I don't have enough spaces for that. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. So we'll toss some of these in here. Need 1 more wood shaft. There's 12. We've got the 2 posts. We've got the beams. Nails. What do we need? 6 nails. All right. There's 7. We've got thatch and large stones left. I do like building in ASKA. You really feel like you've constructed something at the end of this, you know, the way that they're doing this with small, medium, large items and so on. Not like Minecraft, say, where you can walk around with an entire building in your pocket. Definitely feels like you've accomplished something at the end of a build here. Relatively speaking, of course. As soon as this longhouse is done, we'll look at, as soon as these two are done, we'll look at filling in this gap here. I don't really think we have room there for a longhouse, but we'll do something with it. Two longhouses should give me, since we're basically at capacity right now, we should have room for another 40 citizens of these. Alright, let's come back with rocks, rope, thatch. Probably should get a drink while we're at it. Starting to feel a little bit of parched here amongst all the mud puddles. Right over here, we're one of the buried water wells that we have. 50, that one's at 40. Alright, so we checked the wells earlier and they were starting to get a little bit run down. The addition of the water rune stone seems to actually really make a pretty substantial difference. No thatch here. We'll check for rope, which we should have plenty of there. And large stones, of course, over here at the stone cutter. We need, how many of those? 5, alright. 1, 2. There's our 5, and now I'll run down for some thatch from the deep storage warehouses. Whoever's supposed to be stocking the Quickie Mart obviously has their work cut out for them since so much construction is happening right now. So not surprising that they might get a little bit behind on that. Or we're going to find there's no thatch in stock. But there it is. rain, this place is going to look like Waterworld. So there's 20 in there. We need a total of 28. So there's 23, 26, 29. 8 more wood beams. I think we've got those in stock. Carpenters have definitely been working hard to keep up with wood beams. That is the thing that we've just been struggling to keep in hand. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we've got some extra rope here at the Home Depot because what would a Home Depot be without some rope? I think our internal stuff is started here. We need to kind of redo this, don't we? So I put these items inside here, not for any real practical purpose. The fireplace obviously useful, but the table, the food storage, and so on, not really serving any purpose, except you're increasing the housing value of the house when we go and we look at this number right here. You're taking a whole lot of factors and you're adding them up. So this is a base value of 75. There's a water well within range, so 25, the archery range, the decorative birch, and so on. So what you're doing is you're just adding all these things on to give you a housing point. And then they're dividing that by the number of people in the house. Not directly, but there's agents count multiplier there at the bottom. So that's going to keep having, basically. 1 will become 0.5, 0.4, 0.3. So not having, but reducing anyways. The more people we put in here, and it looks like there's a floor of 0.2 until we get to above a certain number. I haven't found that number yet. At 22, we're still good. So what will happen is when we look at one of these other houses, you can see that we've got the number of people inside of it, 19 of 20, and here's all of our pluses and minuses. We've got the woodcutter and the stone cutter in range, so those are 2 dings. But otherwise, we've got a lot of positives. And at the bottom, you can see the agent's count multiplier at 0.2. If we put another person in here, it would still say 0.2. So this number here wouldn't change. As soon as that number goes down to 0.1, that number is going to change pretty dramatically. It's going to go down. So we want to make sure that we keep an eye on that number, and we try and keep it as high as possible so that people are happy living in that house. That's what all these rune stones are about. That's what the central courtyard's going to be about, is lots of housing amenities that keep people excited to live in the houses. And let us spread them out a bit, so maybe, you know, we can take some people who need a little bit more of a morale boost and put them in a house with fewer people to get their morale up. So anyhow, what these things are all doing is just adding to the value of the house. The fireplace is useful in the winter to keep it warm in here, but otherwise all the rest of this stuff is just fluff. So go ahead and add some more fluffy beds. Without getting crazy, I'm able to fit about 22 in here. More than that, and I start having to look at, you know, putting people down the middle of the aisle and so on, which you can do. Just don't really... We don't have a need for it, because we've got enough room and enough resources to have more longhouses. Alright, our folks will work on that, and then this house is got plenty of construction waiting to be done inside of it. So we'll just finish up this stuff here. The housing value is based on the number of people living in it, not the number of beds. So you can go ahead and just pack the beds in, and then don't fill them if you want the housing value to be higher for that place. Give that person a little extra room. They snore. Alright, so this place is stocked up. Oh, wait. No, it's not. We've got one item left. The room separator. Keep wanting to do this rather than here. It needs to be here to be centered. Like this, it's partially over that wall over there. But this is the common mistake I make, is putting it there. Alright, so there it is. And you know what? We're just going to leave all of that to them, because that's all simple construction. Tons of sticks and thatch, which is lying around out here in large quantities. So, as many builders as we have, they'll have an easy time knocking this out. Those room dividers take the long sticks, so they're going to use up some of those. Bark is going to be left out here for sure, but we'll start knocking beds out fast. With that done, let's go ahead and put the cart away and sort of regroup, think about what needs to happen next. Oh, we need to go out to Bravo Mine and check on everything's happening smoothly out there. Kitchens are looking good. Well, let's take the cart out with us to Bravo, because we're going to bring back iron ore. I think, if we check the Home Depot over here, we've got plenty of bloom in stock. And some ore, so we're starting to process that ore from Bravo. We'll bring back another load with us, as well as some hardwood long sticks probably, because we need those perpetually. Come on. Now you're going to go through, and you're going to close it behind you, and I'm going to... Oh, you're not even going to go through it. You're just going to close it to spite me. That's a thing. Sand sailor, come on. It was bad enough not being able to open the gate when pulling the cart, when people would run through and close it behind them. But now that they're not even running through, now that they're just closing it as they go by it, it's just even worse. Please give us the ability to open a gate while we're pulling a cart. I don't know how that isn't already a thing. I don't know what it is, but even though we've got patrol points out here, the barracks folks just seem to have a hard time keeping the wolves in check. Wondering if it's something to do with rendering distance, if when you're outside of a certain area, certain things just don't happen. Somebody left a wood beam out here. We're going to have to make a memo about that, put it in the lunchroom. The Rubicon climb. Oh yeah, we need to bring the other person over here as well from Southwood. 'Cause, yeah. There's 2 on there now. 3, 4, 5, 6. Give these warehouse workers a few extra things to pick up around the territory. Plenty of firewood that needs to come home. Our coal maker says, absolutely. More firewood, please. All right, let's go ahead and bring our second marketplace person down here. Stop bringing stuff from Southwood, because I think we probably just don't have anything else down there to bring up. market wood in. So right now, Torsten is coming from Bravo Mine Warehouse, but Revna is still coming from Southwood, so we're going to change that. To DS new intake. We're going to bring hardwood long sticks. All day long, of course. Oh, large stone. Yeah, not going to fit any of that in there. And resin, sure. Bravo Mine Warehouse to new intake. Boom. Bravo Mine Warehouse to new intake. Boom. We'll take a cart as well. And let's not forget the iron ore that we came here for. That would be a little silly. What is Iron Bloom doing back here? Tell me you're not over poaching Iron Bloom from the village. Yeah, you are. Alright, it's my bad. Make sure you set your priorities right. Okay, well, so I guess we're going to carry some Iron Bloom back that has already been processed. And our guys dutifully brought back here as we asked them to. Cough, not really cough. Did the ancient Vikings call their gods Lord? I mean, they had multiple gods, so... Always puzzled over that one. Need to get the street sweepers out here. Oh, you know what? We lost Matilda some time back, and I forget what Matilda was doing. She was a market worker, and so we lost some market transfer not too long ago. We need to go figure out what that was. Just leave this for them to work on. So this is our wood in warehouse. DS. One person working there. Nobody working here. So we're going to assume that Matilda worked out of here. We're going to hire her replacement. Right, because Matilda and Thora were both moving stuff out of intake into the warehouses. Kara was the other one with a cart. Ah, so many 300 vitalities. Revna, you're gonna be it. Except that we're gonna rename you from Revna, because we already have a Revna. Let's name you Rita. Matilda had a cart. So let's add task, let's say from DS, well, let's see, actually, let's head down to DS intake and see what's not getting moved out, first of all. And let's see if we can find Matilda's cart on the map. Right there, easy peasy. Oh, long sticks and hardwood are not happening. That was probably Matilda's job. So let's go ahead and go down to Market DS. Create a job. From DS new intake to DS hardwood. Be Rita. Using Rita sled. Create it. There we go. few from here. Just bring them up. We've got another pair of wells over here. Here's one. Wow, only 3 left in that one. It's a popular one. 26 left over here. Let's go check Kara and see what Kara is doing. Because we may need her to come help with Bravo Mine for right now. Bravo Mine seems like it needs more than just 2 folks working there. Kara. Kara's moving small stuff back and forth between the intake and the bulk warehouses. And she's doing that with a big cart. Let's have her also go out and do a run to DS Bravo, or to Bravo Mine. Bring that into DS. We'll have her bring that straight in. So, Kara's helping out with hardwood. Farmers look like they are keeping up out here. I don't see weeds. I don't see unharvested plants. So it looks like the farms are hitting on most cylinders at this point. We still need to move the workshop to the right, clear up room here up the middle for the main street, and finish the main street. Let's get rid of some of this enormous amount of bark that's here before we have a huge fire and everything burns down. Anybody from Sand Cellar or ever watches this, I'd really like the ability to tell people tending fires what they can use as fuel, so that coal could get used at the forge and, say, bark could get used at the cooking fires, since there is certainly no shortage of bark lying around. With my chihuahuas say, and there should be no shortage of bark. There should be more bark. Bark everywhere. Whoever invented the doorbell did not own chihuahuas. Let's just say that. Well, look at this. They have done a pretty good job of cleaning this area up, getting all these beds and whatnot built. I suspect that they are not done in here, really. Rope. You didn't find any rope. You're not looking for rope, are you? So let's go set a building supplies flag right over here, because apparently they're not checking. Yeah, they're not checking the quickie mark. So let's go ahead and grab some sticks. We've got rope in inventory. Let's put a building resources marker here, just in case they are not actually coming over here, which it looks like they're not. Let's see if that fixes the problem. Let's see if suddenly some builders come running over here and grab rope. Wow. All right. Some more research needed into exactly why they will not come get rope from the warehouse. Wait, can't find rope. Rope for what exactly? Thatches. Why am I putting rope on beds? I don't know. You know, even as long as I've played this game, I still find myself doing things that make me go, wait a minute, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Stimpy. What are you doing? Fat bloated idiot. I don't think we have anybody stocking the Quickie Mart right now, so let's fix that. Low health, I kind of like that kind of person for a runner. Yeah, runner all day long. Or a rune worker. It's you for now, Aldous. We're going to give this cart to Aldous. I'll make one for myself. Alright, all this, let's see here. DS stick thatch to Quickie Mart. Bark and resin. Textiles warehouse is where we're keeping leather scraps. All right, that's a good start. Just gonna have to look at the thatch situation, which I think is probably just about as dire as it always is in this place. Which is to say, not a 1. Okay. So what were y'all building that you wanted rope for? What were you building that you wanted rope for? I guess I could just find some builders and throw some rope in their inventory. That could work. Yeah, thatch, 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 thatch everywhere. Well, let's start making this look a little bit more like a home. Shall we? What was blocking it there? Oh, the wooden altar. This altar's in far enough. Alright. Oop, thatch. Here it is, right here. Yeah. Now we're all set. Throw stuff down. People are like, you're yelling at us for leaving stuff in random places? We're just doing what you do, man. Yeah, it's just not gonna fit. Alright, I'll have to come back and finish it later. So what can we fit in here? You know what? We're just not gonna get a house in here. I think a cottage won't fit here. Well, you know what? I'm wrong. Okay, this will be the cottage of unhappiness, or the cottage of mood enhancement therapy. This will be the place where there's a 200 housing value, and you slap a couple people in there at a time who need an attitude adjustment. Trying to raise people's morale, there needs to be an option for the beatings will continue until morale improves. That sort of thing, you know. But since we don't have that, I guess we actually got to give them stuff that makes them happy. Oh, don't need any more of these. What are you doing, Ace? What are you doing, buddy? Did that log slip down underneath the mesh that I threw over here? It looks like it might have. Some more reeds. We'll pick those up. And we will leave the rest of that for them to do. We'll leave that for them. Come back down here, grab some water, and stock up on food. Start our own cart over here. Since we're not using these carts, how about if there it is. Sure wish we could give these to warehouse workers. goes away. Put some sticks away. Drop the draw knife off at the workshop since we just don't need to be walking around with a draw knife. Shift click, turn that into fiber straight in my inventory. Pixel hunting for bark, there it is. Put this bark back in or this rope back in. Let's run over here real quick to Alpha Mine and see if we're getting the stuff back, the crawler resources, because I don't think we are. I don't think anything crawler's coming in here. That may be something that's fallen through the cracks. Nothing there. Is anybody working here these days? Sif is working here. And has crawler eggs to harvest, so, things that make you go, Can't see what Sif is carrying. He does not have a knife. Well, we'll fix that. And he's not apparently willing to pick up knives himself, or he'd have one. Pretty sure if we go out here and look, we're going to find a knife waiting at the warehouse, or at the workshop rather. Yep. Well, use them right up. Or deposited what was left. Seemed like anything deposited, but there you go. Go finish emptying out my inventory. I think that's going to be it for today's session. I'll be back later on with another, but for now, I'm just going to empty out my stuff. And when I come back, I definitely need to do some adjusting of barracks schedules. I've been threatening to do that for a while, and need to because another blood moon is really probably any night now. And I want to make sure that we've got people out patrolling for that. So the rope I usually carry around, the 8 things I usually carry around, gear is doing okay. Gonna have to replace these pauldrons and helmet here soon. But otherwise, we're looking pretty good. This is a good spot to stop, and I'll see you next time. This is Ace. Thanks for hanging out. I'm signing off.